Okay, so I'm gonna talk about modifier and modulator MIDI effects, particularly how to use them to control audio plugins. So I have a piano sound and I have a channel EQ inserted, and I turned on the high cut. So now what I'm gonna do is insert a MIDI effects called Modifier.
EQ button. 0 dB. EQ MIDI FX in MIDI FX group. Menu check arpeggiator chord modulator modifier.
Okay.
Press MIDI FX. Link view menu button. Press controls. Control.
I'm gonna change the view to control.
Scroller output event colon.
So input event is
Velocity.
set to velocity. I'm gonna set to mod wheel.
Relief after pitch probe MIDI 1 mod 2 breath 1 mod wheel. Press. Input output event colon.
So now output event
1 mod wheel.
is set to mod wheel, but I'm gonna change that to learn plugin parameter.
MIDI pitch at velocity. Dash learn plug dash and parameter dash.
Okay.
Press. Dash.
So now I'm gonna go back to the EQ.
Ins 1. This item has high cut frequency colon 9700.
VoiceOver shift space to click on that EQ frequency. Okay. So now if I go back to modifier, output event is set to
channel EQ vertical line high cut frequency pop up.
Yep, channel EQ high cut frequency. When I play and change the mod wheel, so you can see my mod wheel is changing the high pass frequency, and you can set its input to velocity, so how hard you hit the keyboard, it will change the high cut frequency as well. So you can map out a bunch of different ways. You can match what input parameter maps to what output parameter. So it's kind of a cool plugin. This has some rules. Both modulator and modifier can only control the plugin on the same channel strip. So let's say if you want to control a plugin on an audio track, well, you can't use this way because audio track doesn't have a MIDI effects slot. However, if you insert MIDI control instrument plugin on an instrument track and route the audio track to that instrument plugin, now you can control any plugin that is on that instrument channel strip. It sounds complicated, but I'll show you what I mean. So I have this audio. So let's say if you want to be able to apply EQ and control the high frequency using the mod wheel, I'm gonna go to the guitar and set the output to none.
Solo mute dash 0 red group stereo output pop up button.
All right.
This item menu check mark no output.
No output. So now I'm gonna go to my instrument track.
Track 1.
And I'm gonna insert a plugin called Blue Cat's Gain. So it's just gain plugin, but you can put it on the instrument track in the instrument slot.
Piano group.
So instead of an E piano,
setting button list pop up setting list pop
up. I'm gonna go to
AU instruments submenu AU MIDI control effects.
So MIDI control effects.
Blue Cat audio submenu.
Blue Cat audio.
BC gain free left parent dual right parent sub. BC gain free left parent mono right parent. BC gain free left parent stereo right parent submenu.
So I'm gonna choose that.
Stereo. Ins 1.
So now what I'm gonna do, use a side chain
toolbar bypass manual side chain colon none pop up menu 12 electric arpeggio 4 left parent audio 1 right parent.
That electric guitar audio.
12 electric arpeggio.
So now I already set that up to control modifier to control the high pass filter. So I'm using my mod wheel to control that. That's pretty easy, right? So let's do one step further. So instead of the modifier, I'm gonna use the modulator.
Tracks toolbar.
So I'm gonna go
no visible out inspector
to
group.
My
tracks group out inspector group. Ins 1 check in 0 EQ MIDI BC gain MIDI FX group. In MIDI modifier group. In set list pop up button.
Instead of modifier, I'm gonna choose modulator.
Menu check no randomize note modulator. Ins 1. Press tool. Pre neck. Cut. Paste. Undo. Redo. View colon. View. Menu. But press controls.
Okay,
Control.
so this time
Link.
I'm gonna go to
Scroll area. In scroll area. ENV 6 0%. 0.0. LFO. MIDI. ENV. ENV. LFO. LFO. Step 3. LFO output level colon. LFO to colon.
so
This item has a help tab.
LFO2
1 mod wheel.
is set to mod wheel, but I'm gonna
Menu check mark, one
change
mod wheel.
to learn plugin
MIDI CCs.
parameter,
Dash learn plug dash and parameter dash. Press dash.
and I'm gonna go back to my EQ.
Ins 1. High cut slope 20. High cut Q dash factor colon. 0.7. High 20. High cut slope colon. 9000. High cut frequency colon. 9007.
And voiceover shift space on that, and go back to the modulator.
L channel EQ vertical line high cut frequency.
So now my LFO output is set to channel EQ. So now when I play, okay, and I can change the speed.
LFO step ENV release colon. ENV hold colon. ENV LFO LFO smoothing colon. Steps per ENV to LFO rate LFO rate colon.
LFO rate
1/4 slide.
right now is set to
Logic
quarter
has a
note.
window in slide 1/8. 1/8
Triplet
180 116
16th and so on. So you can change however you want it. And if you want,
out of slide.
so right now it's sweeping whole spectrum of the high cut frequency.
ENV output offset colon.
But if
LFO MIDI
you-
channel colon. LFO random similarity colon. LFO output offset colon 0%.
If you set
LFO MIDI channel LFO to colon. LFO output level 100%.
LFO output to scale
Logic
down
has
to
in
like
slider 9 80 60%, 50 40%, 50%.
50%, it only sweep between the half of the full spectrum.
60 70%. 60%, 50%.
But
Out of
now
LFO
that's the scale. But if you change the add,
LFO output offset colon
if you set the offset
0%. In slider
to higher,
23%.
now it's sweeping a little higher frequency but narrower range. So you can play with a bunch of different parameters. There's a you can make so that it's not synced to the tempo as well, and you can use the envelope and all kind of stuff. So
Out of slider.
yeah, so hopefully this helps to be a little more creative with the different audio effects.